Hello dear students, welcome back. Today we'll start with class 10 geography, chapter number 7, Lifelines of the National Economy. This is the third part of the chapter. In the previous parts, we studied about means of transport, that is land, water and air. In land transport, we studied about roadways, railways and pipelines. In water transport, we studied about inland and overseas navigation. After that, in air transport, we studied about domestic airways, that is further divided into two parts, public undertaking and private airlines. After that, we studied about international airways. In road transport, we studied about the golden quadrilateral or the super highways, national highways, state highways, district roads and other roads, and border road organization. After that, we discussed about the road density. After that, we studied about the principal mode of transport, that is railways and its features. After that, we studied about the pipelines. After that, we studied about waterways and we also studied about different national waterways which are there in our country. After that, we studied about major seaports and we saw them on the map also. After that, I told you about airways. In that, we studied about domestic airways and international airlines. I also told you about what are the advantages of airways and how Pawan Hans helicopter helps the Indian economy. Now, in this third part, we are going to start communication. Communication is also a type of lifeline which helps to boost Indian economy. Ever since human appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication. But the pace of change has been rapid in modern times. Long distance communication is far easier without physical movement of the communicator or the receiver. Means sitting here only, we can talk to a person who is sitting in an office, in a room or in a house in United States of America. Personal communication and mass communication, including television, radio, press films, etc., are the major means of communication in the country. The Indian Postal Network is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communications. Cards, envelopes are considered first class mail and are airlifted between stations covering both land and air. The second class mail includes books, packets, registered newspapers and periodicals. What are periodicals? The new magazines which are published or the newspapers which are published in a interval of time of let it be 3 days or in a week, weekly newspapers, after a fortnight or monthly newspapers. They are carried by surface mail, covering land and water transport. To facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels have been introduced recently. They are called Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, Business channel, Bulk mail channel and Periodical channel. So, this is all about communication. I will tell you about telephone also, that STD and ISD. I will tell you about All India Radio also. First of all, let us consider communication. Communication refers to the exchange of ideas, messages, emotions, either written or oral form, one place to another. There are two ways of communication: personal communication and mass communication. Mass communication includes television, radio, press, films. And what is personal communication? If you make a call, you communicate personally. But when you are communicating with a mass, with a group of people, with a large number of audience, it is called mass communication. Now, let us talk about Indian Postal Services. Indian Postal Network handles parcels as well as personal written communication. It is divided into two parts, that is first class mail and second class mail. Now, what is first class mail? It includes cards and envelopes. They are carried by land and air transport. Second class mail, it includes book, packets, registered newspaper and periodicals. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water. Basically, for the quick delivery, to facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels are there. They are Rajdhani, Metro, Green and Business channel. Apart from it, 2 more are also there. They are bulk mail channel and periodical channel. After this, we will talk about the telephone network, which I told you just now. So, India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia, including urban places. More than 2/3 of the villages in India have already been covered with subscriber trunk dialing, that is STD, telephone facility. In order to strengthen the flow of information from the grassroots to the higher level, the government has made special provision to extend 24 hours STD facility to every village in the country. There is a uniform rate of STD facilities all over India. It has been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. The government of India have 2 enterprises providing telecom facilities and services to the people. One is MTNL, that is for metro cities, and second one is your BSNL. Now, let us talk about mass communication. Mass communication provides entertainment and create awareness among people about various national programs and policies. It includes radio, television, newspaper, magazines, books and films. All India Radio, you might have heard All India Radio, that is Akashvani, broadcast a variety of programs in national, regional and local languages for various categories of people spread over different parts of the country. Doordarshan, the national television channel of India, is one of the largest terrestrial network in the world. It broadcasts a variety of programs from entertainment, educational to sports, etc. for the people of different age groups. Now, if we talk about periodicals, newspapers, films, newspaper, India publishes a large number of newspaper and periodicals annually. Newspapers are published in about 100 languages and dialects. Largest number of newspaper published in our country are in Hindi, followed by English and Urdu. Film, if we talk about films, India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. It produces short films, video films and video short films. The Central Board of Film Certification is the authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. Now, let us talk about trade. What is trade? The exchange of goods among people, states, and country is referred to as trade. The market is the place where such exchanges take place. Trade between two countries is called international trade. Is termed as international trade. But trade which occurs in a region within the same country is called local trade. While local trade is carried in cities, towns and villages, state level trade is carried between two or more states. Advancement of international trade of a country is an index. It is an index that it is economically prosper, economic prosperity is there. It is therefore considered the economic barometer of a country. It may take place through sea, air and land routes. Export and import are the components of trade. The difference between export and import is known as balance of trade. Means how much we are importing, the amount, and how much we are exporting. Now, some major exports which our country does are the agricultural and allied products 2.53%, ores and minerals 9.12%, gems and jewelries 26.75%, chemical and allied products 24.45%, engineering goods 35.63%, and petroleum products 86.12%. And what are the major imports? Petroleum products 41.87%, pearls and precious stones 29.26%, inorganic chemicals 29.39%, coal and briquettes 94.17%, and machinery 12.56%. Bulk import includes fertilizers 67%, cereals 25.23%, edible oils 7.94%, and newsprint, that is 5.51%. So these are some of the things, some of the commodities, some of the facilities, some of the services which India import and export. Now, coming to our next topic is tourism as a trade. Tourism in India has grown substantially over last 3 decades. Foreign tourist arrivals in the country witnessed an increase of 11.8%, and it contributes 64,889 crores of foreign exchange. And if I talk about number of tourists who visited India, it is 5.78 million foreign tourists visited India in the last. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in tourism industry. Of course, it is an industry because it provides employment and the much needed foreign exchange. Now, foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, economic tourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. Rajasthan, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, and temple towns of South India are important destinations of tourists in India. You might have heard that recently our Chief Minister has announced that Kushinagar will be developed as an international airport. Why? so that tourists could come from all parts, the followers of Buddhism could come from all over the world and visit Kushinagar, which will boost the tourism industry. Not only it will give foreign exchange, but it will create employment also. Our country earns foreign exchange through tourism. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Now, if we talk about what is the importance of tourism, as earlier I told you, it not only boosts the economy of the country, not only it gives us the much needed foreign exchange, not only it gives employment, but apart from that, many other things also. Now, what are those? Tourism also promotes national integration. It gives people to know information about the national heritage of our country. So, it promotes national integration. It provides support to local handicrafts. Why? Because foreigners, they come to India, buy those local products, those local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. It also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. It gives a platform to our culture and heritage and the local handicrafts to the world market. So, if we talk about the foreign tourists who visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism and business tourism, they give us the much needed foreign exchange and exposes our tourist industry to rest part of the world. As we know that people from different part of the world, they come to India for medical tourism also. Why? Because medical facilities are quite cheaper in comparison to rest part of the world. There is a vast potential for development of tourism in all parts of the country. Efforts are being made to promote different types of tourism in this upcoming industry. I hope you understood the chapter, students. Thank you and have a nice day.